Hey everybody, how's it going? Nerdy Couch here. We will be talking about Middlewest, book number 2, issues 7 to 9. And we started off seeing Abel as a young child. And that's the first time in the books that you see Abel younger. And his mom ends up telling him to get some dinner. He doesn't want dinner. She kind of argues with him. So this is the first time as a kid you get to see Abel. He's getting like pretty angry, similar to the way he gets angry in other areas of the book. And then he starts to freak out and he smashes the table and stuff. It gets pretty violent. You can see that he's got that anger from a young age. Starts smashing it up, and then he starts turning into that monster. Then it segues back to the scene at the camp there. From there, the book really starts to take off. You get to see the carnage that he's done, and it's enough that it sweeps dear old Magdalene right off her feet. Very powerful stuff. Then what we get to see is a little bit of the robot there saving Bobby, almost destroying himself, saving Bobby. It's kind of a heroic moment for the robot. So I'm a big fan of this robot. They're just about to die, and the old man steps in and kind of roots himself to the ground there with some magic, as you can see here and here, and kind of starts to tame Abel. And then you can kind of see Abel kind of starting to revert back to his old self, and just kind of turning into his old self there. The townsfolk are pretty upset. Hold on a second. Townsfolk are pretty upset, and Magdalene's pretty upset, and she sends the boy off into the wilderness all alone, and the fox won't have that, so he kind of follows, pretty upset that the boy has to go alone, and that's when you see the townfolk getting angry there, and the fox following along. He meets up with him, only to find that there's something else in the woods there. Or no, my apologies. I'm getting ahead of myself. He finds out that the boy's or Abel's chest sore is growing into something else. It's growing all over his body. So that is pretty frightful for the boy. And that's pretty much where issue 1 leads off. Let me know if any of you guys got any of that. Having trouble telling whether you guys can hear or see me. Looks like we've got 5 people in the chat right now. Just trying to gauge whether you guys can see me, whether it's still choppy. Still no word from Rob. Rob Lee, that is, not Rob, my brother. Gonna hydrate here for a minute. All good. Yep. Kind of blew past that first issue. Not a whole lot went on. Like I said, it looks like we're getting Rob back. Rob Couch says we're all good. Monica says I'm all good. Thank you very much. Just waiting on Rob to get back in. Like I said, that first issue kind of blew by. The main thing about that issue is that he's had that anger since he was young. Hey Rob, welcome back. Welcome back, Rob. Everything seems to be fine on my end. They're saying you're looking a lot better there, even those three of you at the moment. I was just saying about the first issue there I covered while you were gone. It doesn't seem like you can hear me, Rob. Okay, it looks like Rob's still having some difficulties. I'm just going to carry on. Hopefully he can figure that out. I'm not sure whether it's his internet connection or what. Anyway, the big point of that is that Abel went kind of crazy, and the old man calmed him down, and then pretty much the old lady kicked him out, and that's where we're ending there. So we'll head out to the second one. As important as the first issue was, I don't think it felt short to me. The main thing you got to take from it is that his chest wound is getting worse. Yeah. Yeah, apparently Rob's having some trouble. I don't know if it's going to get fixed during this stream. We'll have to try to maybe work it out for the next stream. Really apologize for the technical difficulties, guys. Getting a message from Rob. Looks like he's just restarting his computer. He keeps getting kicked out. So we're just going to try to continue on without him and try to fill that void, guys. Thanks for letting me know that Rob was still frozen, Monica. We'll try to continue on. So, going to continue on with. Oops. I'm going to continue on with the next book, and then we will see what we have. Okay, so first thing I notice right away in this book is that they've used the word penis right here. It's not a book for children. That's all there is to it. This is essentially a scene where the people of the fair are rebuilding and stuff like that. And the context of this is that the lady, she's not using her wrench properly, and the guy mentions it, and she says, well, maybe I give your penis a turn to the left and see how about that. You take that as you will. So we get another scene here where the robot's being fixed. Wrench is his name, I believe. Bobby's fixing the robot, using some pretty creepy parts to do so, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so we've got the robot getting fixed. Old Meg comes back in, she starts to argue a bit about whether Abel was, whether kicking Abel out was the right thing to do or not. Um, she thinks she did the right thing. Bobby obviously um, does not agree with her. Um, they continue to argue here on these pages here, and then old man Jeb steps in and kind of tries to change her mind. Kind of tries to explain that he had become family, and you don't cast family out. Which continues in these pages here. Clips over to a scene where Dale, the father, is still searching for Abel. Comes across a bar, and he's asking around at the bar, showing his picture around. And this older gentleman at the table says, "Hey, yo, I got an idea about where that circus went that you're looking for, where your boy was. Seems they skipped a couple towns because of a storm that was coming. We all know that was Dale." He sits down and he's chumming around with the old man and the bartender, and they're having a little bit of a talk about fatherhood. They're just, hey, I lost my boy once, and he's like, yeah, well, what are we gonna do to them? And he's like, what do you mean do to them? Oh, well, we got to teach them a lesson. Boys can't just go around doing all whatnot and shit. Yeah. Eventually, the old man says, well, you're not doing too well with your son. And Dale goes, hey, I appreciate your outlook on things, but it's my kid. I'll do what I want with him. Not asking for your advice type deal. Starts to get angry, as you can see in these two panels. And the older gentleman says something that kind of triggers Dale. Something along the lines of, doesn't look like your kid's running away from hugs and kisses and stuff like that. He's running away because you're a dick. And as you can see, Dale breaks the bottle, starts to get in the guy's face. Buddy comes over, another bar guy. Yo, what's your problem, dude? He's like, yo, back off. You don't know what you're doing. Go back and, do your other drunk ass shit. But he's like, you know what? I'd say pick on someone your own size. But seems like you ain't a good father and you ain't a good person and all that shit. Right? All of a sudden a bar fight breaks out. Favorite scene? Just people knocking each other around. Dale gets knocked onto the ground there, grabs something, smashes the guy in the face with it. Guy's like, ugh, what'd you do that for? Punches him right in the noggin. As you can see, fight continues. They don't spare any blood here. You can see in these panels, blood stricken all across the panel. Really, really good artwork here. I really enjoy the scene altogether. Anyway, old guy goes, "That's enough, boys. Let him up." I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Give me a break. Goes, you know what? Sorry, Dale, but looks like you got some lessons to learn and stuff. Dale freaks out like he does. Boom, turns back into the monster. And then what do you know? Next thing you know, there's no bar left. Boom. Flattens the bar. Really good scene. I really enjoyed it. Great artwork. Really flows nicely. Cut back over to Abel. Remember, he's just gotten kicked out of the fair, so they've they've gone and onto their own journey back into the wilderness on their own, and they come across this forest here. It's called the Endless Forest. Fox doesn't want anything to do with it. Um, uh, Now it leads to another place, but the place that Abel thinks that they're going is called Bonnerville. Monica, you thought I was going to mess that up, didn't you? Because it's awful close to something else. Okay? It's awful close to something else. You'll see right here. It's definitely, I'm trying to be mature about that. So please give me some sort of credit for that. So Abel wants to go into the forest. He's got to go to the forest. Fox doesn't want to go with him. Ends up going with him anyway because he's a good bud. So yeah, Monica, I did know. Oh, sorry about that. I did know what you do know what I wanted to say, but I'm trying to be mature about it. Okay, trying to be real mature about it. Let's get back into the story here. Wrecking my flow, Monica. Don't worry about it. I love you. Anyway, they're walking through the forest, and they're talking about going to find his mom, and the fox is not happy with that. He says something along the lines of, your dad lied about a lot of things, but there's one thing he didn't lie about, and that's that your mom, wasn't around. He wasn't lying about your mom. Abel gets mad, says, "You're getting on my nerves." And just before almost turning himself into his own crazy monster, they hear a clicking. "Oh, I love you too. I'm proud of you too, darling. If you guys are enjoying yourselves, let me know." They hear a clicking in the forest. What is it? What is it? Oh my goodness. What do they see? Eyes staring out at them. Says, "We see you in our woods." That's creepy as shit. Right there. "We see you in our woods." And then you see a closer view. "We see you in our woods." All these little creatures staring at you. And then they come out, and Monica, I don't know if you'll like this or not, but they are these creepy, I know you like Squirrel Girl and all, but these squirrels they ain't no normal squirrels, saying, "You should not be in our woods." Just coming at them all creepy. More and more of them. "You should not be in our woods." They book it. They're like, "We got to get out of here." They both agree on that. They start getting chased. There's just tons of these giant, creepy squirrels. And then all of a sudden, you can see in this panel, one of them gets shot with something. See in this next panel, "Who's in our woods? Who's in our woods?" They're not spider webs. They're spears, arrows. Abel and the fox, they're trying to figure out what's going on, where these arrows and stuff are coming from. And all of a sudden you see these spears come out at Abel, and obviously they are shocked by what they see, which is a whole bunch of these woods people. You can see the squirrels that have been massacred by them, and looks to be like they're surrounding him and going to take him hostage. And that is where that issue leaves us off. Guys, let me know what you thought of that issue. I thought that was a great issue. The fight scene in that issue was great. I absolutely loved it. I think it was the highlight of this issue. Ends off in a really nice spot where we get left on a little bit of a cliffhanger. But again, I thought that was a great issue, and I thought great artwork in that issue. Let me know what you thought about that issue. Looks to be like we're not having so much trouble. It looks like all the trouble was on Rob Lee's end. Looks like I'm doing all this pretty solo. Haven't gotten any messages back from him, but I hope things are going better now. Having a little bit of a sip here because we got to keep hydrated, people. You know how we do. I might be going crazy, guys. Still got 5 people in the chat. Thank you for sticking around. Anybody watching on the replay, thank you for watching. We're going to get right into number 3 because I don't want to be all night with this video. We are going to get into not number 3, number 9. Let's hop into number 9 right now. Okay. All right, let's get in here. Come on. So we've got these people, obviously. Oh, what am I doing? Dan, what have you done? I've got to get this back in here, guys. Let's make this smaller. There we go. We're back with that. Hey, Dylan. Thank you very much. I know that I am a treasure. Flying solo, not as easy. I thought I had someone to talk to other than you guys today, although I do appreciate your guys' company. Thank you for joining, Dylan. So we're just getting on to issue number 9 of Middlewest, where we've got these, I'm going to call them the Ewok of the story. Yeah, thank you, Rob. This is something that I want to keep doing is bringing up the pictures on the screen. It's much nicer than having to flop a book in front of the screen. If I can find any easier way to do it where I don't have to share my my folder like this, I will do that in the future. If anybody has any suggestions on that, I'd love to hear it. But we've got what I've dubbed the Ewoks of the book here, all pointing at him with their spears. And he's like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Nobody likes to be touched. All right. It's social distancing, guys. Like, get with the times. Those better be like 2 foot or 6 foot, I don't know, 2 meter fucking sticks. Because, you know, nobody's wearing a mask. Or don't get me started. Anyway, he's like, get away from me. He's going to turn. He's like, don't touch me. And Abel's like, Abel's the child. Fox is like, you know what? Calm yourself down. You don't want to turn. We know what happens when you turn. And he's all like, what? You know, they won't stop poking me. What am I supposed to do? Right? And then they poke him real good. He's like, oh, come on, man. Stop poking me. It's not nice. It's rude. Guy takes a big slash at him. Like, what are you doing? Trying to anger the boy. Sees the thing on the kid's chest. He goes, what are you doing? Slashing my best sweater like that. Says, the child has a heart of the storm. Heart of the storm. The other guys are like, what? Heart the storm? You kidding me, bro? He's like, what's the heart of the storm? And they're like, oh, this is the first time that you see that these people are actually human-like. He's like, what are you guys doing? I don't want to turn into what my father is and stuff like that. And then she reaches in her pocket and watch this. Poof! She fairy dusts him. Boom! Right down on the ground. You've got little fox here growling. It's like, yo, man, you just fairy dusted my bro, man. Turn back over to Bobby and the now creepified robot that we see. It's just too much for me. She's just finishing up fixing him. They have a little argument about who needs to go and find Abel. She doesn't want the robot to go. He's in no condition. Jeb steps in and says, hey, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we got to go get Bobby. Are you going to tell on us? Or we got to go get Abel. My apologies. We got to go get Abel. You going to tell on us? And he's like, no, man, I know what you're doing. You're going to try to save your family. And he's like, not only am I not going to tell, I'm going to toss you the keys to my Beamer. All right? They're actually Magda's keys, which he stole. All right, there's a lot of stealing in this. First, there was candy. Then they're stealing cars and keys. It's actually called Magda's Duster. He stole the keys to Magda's Duster. Magna hears them driving off. Here's Bobby driving off. Gets a little upset. Says, yo, did you just steal my duster? He's like, robot's like, it was Jeb who stole your keys. Jeb's like, yo, I thought you were on my team, man. She's like, what's this team? They have a little discussion about, family and stuff. And then we clip back over to Abel and the fox, who are now being escorted by the, what I've dubbed Ewok people, which they seem to be riding on some ostriches of some sort. They journey to what, to me, looks like the Ewok village. Like this is definitely inspired by the Ewok village. Okay, and then you come to find out that the people are called Nowok. Nowok, not similar to Ewok at all. Like, tell me this is not inspired. All right, so they get there. Abel meets up with which are their elders. Pretty much is what they are. The girl that brings him says, I've brought you this child. They say, hey, we need to see the mark on your chest. Shows the mark. This is a bit of a better one. Shows the mark. It's getting pretty bad on his stomach there, or filling his whole body. The elders are like, hey, this boy has the mark. They mention that the mark is not something that is normally on someone so young. They say that the boy needs to go seek out a being called, I don't know if I'm going to say this properly, right here, Noko Yuno? Yeah, that's right, Noko Yuna. Little fox is like, Noko Yuna, what? Then they're like, hey, to get to Yokonuna, you need to go visit Homoji Billow at the Beyond Tree, which is what you're looking at right now. Kind of reminds me of the Zelda tree. What do you think, guys? So they head in there. They meet this old short guy which apparently they offer him a fish. Um, not really sure why. It doesn't really explain why. After the fish has been offered, I don't know whether he explodes the fish or not. I'm not sure whether it's another goop, but it's definitely spread on the wolf and the not the wolf. The what is he? A wolf? He's not a wolf. He's a penguin. Is he a penguin? No, he's not a penguin. He's a fox. So they spread this on there, and then he chants a whole bunch of stuff similar to in the earlier books, this ancient language or something like that. And then it clearly says right here that they get high. So not only is there theft in this book, there's drug usage. Okay. This book is horrible. No, it's great actually. They're like, look, you're going to need to ready your mind because you need to see what you to see what you're going to see. You need to ready your mind, and you need to be in this sort of trance. So they get high. All right. So they go into their trance, and he starts to hear this growling. They're like, hey, yo, Homeji Bilbo or whatever, Homeji Bilbo, could you stop growling? You're freaking me out. And he's like, or the fox is like, yeah, I don't think that's him growling, man. That's something else. What is it, guys? What do you think it is? This is what it is. It's this big bear, huge antlers, just terrifying. Okay. Looks here. It starts talking to Abel, starts saying stuff like, I'm not going to go into what they say, but they have a conversation about what Abel needs to do. Abel wants him to take this thing away from him. He's like, I can't take it away from you. He literally laughs at him in this panel right here. He says, I can't heal you from what is your nature. So whatever's in him is inside of him and can't be healed by this being. So they continue talking, and he says, essentially saying, before you can get rid of this, you need to venture. Oh, got ahead of myself there, guys. Sorry about that. You need to venture, and you need to go see somebody. Doesn't really tell you who he's going to see. But at one point, the big bear says something along the lines of, look, you need to do this for Abel and stuff. You haven't been doing your job, essentially. And little fox kind of gets into his face. And as you can see right here, you can see in this panel, this depicts how much bigger the bear figure is than Abel and the fox. Like, this thing is gigantuan compared to them, which is just astonishing how big this thing is. Fox kind of goes, why would I do that? Why, I'm not going to listen to you. And the bear's like, this is why. Roar! Just screams at the thing, absolutely terrifying. Says, look, how dare you question me in my realm? You'll do as you say. You'll do as I say. You know what? When that thing says something, you listen. And that's what the fox does. You can see him just whimpering there, and he says, I apologize. Of course, I'll take him wherever you tell me to, which is absolutely hilarious. He just kind of whimpers. And the fox, up to this point, and farther into the story, has been one of my favorite characters too. So anyway, they start on their journey. They meet this fella, this older fella who they're told that can take them only so far in their journey. So they go and ride on a big turtle because that's what transportation is in this world. So he journeys through the wilderness. He journeys through the desert, journeys through the woods, and then they come upon the barrier, the ice barrier, where they are told that Abel has to journey from this point on all on his own. He can't take the fox. So they have a little discussion here about, the fox is like, you know what? How is he going to know? How's he going to know? Just listen. The bear knows. Oh, okay. He just knows. Abel's like, know what? I got to do this on my own. Journeys out into the woods. He's freezing. And then the panels are like, okay, and what do I do once I'm in the winter woods? And the bear says, oh, you'll know what to do. You'll just know, okay? And then it ends with, you'll be greeted by the past you are seeking. And then, hello, grandson, from a distance. And that's how it ends. That is number 9. I think that number 9 was a great addition to this story. Especially the ending leaves you with a big cliffhanger. You're going to meet Abel's grandfather. Let me know what you guys thought about that issue. Let me know if you heard it all. I don't even know if everyone heard it all. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know how I did. Flying solo was not the plan today, but it happened. And you know what? You got to roll with the punches. You got to roll with the punches. And that's what we've done today. Guys, let me know in the chat. Let me go to the chat what you think. We've gone way overboard with this video. I wanted to be around about a half hour. We are closing in on an hour, guys. Thank you very much for sticking around. Really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, anybody just tuning in, anybody still here, really appreciate you guys. If you like this, let me know, and we will carry on with issues. What are we on? 10, 11, 12? And we will do that. As for that, though, go ahead, like and subscribe. Hit that notification so you don't miss anything. And yeah, I think we're going to have to call that a wrap, guys. Have a little bit of a beverage first. So, got Rob Couch, my bro, saying enjoyed it very much. Thank you. Thank you, Rob, for joining, and I hope you enjoy the book 1 trade paperback that I dropped off today. Maybe you can get caught up with that and join us on the rest of it. I'm really enjoying this story. Dylan, thank you for joining. Says you're doing great, bud. Fun way to spend a Sunday night. Me too. Things didn't go exactly the way I planned today, but I had fun doing it, and I think I had fun just winging it. I hope you guys found it interesting, and I think I'm going to sign off, guys. Thank you. Not before saying thank you to everybody, though. Well, we're going to say, go back up to here. We're going to say thank you to Monica my lovely girlfriend, for tuning in. You know I love you. My brother Rob, thank you for tuning in. Lord Tynarius, thank you for tuning in. You're a good bud. Captain Comics, thank you for tuning in. And Dylan, again, thank you for tuning in. It was really great hanging out with you guys. We'll try to do this again very soon. This is me, Dirty Couch, signing off. Goodbye.